Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. I certainly do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from my good friend Dave. This is Dank Wood from Founders Brewing Company. This is the 2018 edition of this, and this is the big beer, guys. This is a 12.2%, and it says here Imperial Red IPA aged in bourbon barrels. Guys, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, when you're doing an IPA and you're brewing it, you want people to have it as fresh as possible. But when these guys tried something out of the box, and Founders does some awesome beers, guys, and a lot of other breweries have done similar type of beers where it's an IPA or a red ale or something like that that should have a big hop profile. And then they put them in bourbon barrels, which are usually reserved for barley wines and imperial porters and imperial stouts. The hops fade out while it's sitting in those barrels. They're gaining the bourbon barrel notes, but they're losing the hop profile notes. So, don't know what to expect from this. So, Dave, I'm going to give it my honest opinion. If it's outstanding, world class, I'm going to say that. And if it's lost all its hop profile, I'm going to say that too. So, it's hard to find that balance on a hoppy beer if they're putting in barrel and aging it. No matter whether it's a whiskey barrel, rum barrel, bourbon barrel, whatever barrel they're putting it in. I find over the beers that I have reviewed that those hop notes disappears and it ends up being a malty bourbon beer. So we shall see. Final beer of the evening for me here today, guys. Let's see if there's anything else we need to talk about. Let's jump over to Untapped. They don't have a commercial description. They have it at 12.2%, like it's what's written on the back of the label here. But they do have a 65 IBU listing here for this beer. So, not too heavy of an IBU for something that's 12% or 12.2%. So, let's find out what it's all about. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. So, let's stop talking and start pouring. Nice hiss, a little bit of smoke out of the bottle. Into the glass we shall go. And I'm going to pour this fairly aggressive since it's a 12.2%er. That's about as aggressive as you can pour it, guys. Now, a nice finger of head, which is very nice for a 12.2%. A lot of times those bigger beers don't pour it. It is very cloudy. It looks like a brownish, I want to say river water looking beer. Very cloudy. A nice brown color. Not giving a whole lot of light. Maybe just a little bit through the thin part of the glass down here, guys. To the nose we go. Well, the bourbon notes are there, guys. Nice roasted malt, hints of caramel and toffee, maybe a little black molasses or some dark fruit, but not a big hop profile. Maybe that's what they were after. I just find it very common for anything that was hoppy at one time, and then they put it in a bourbon barrel or some kind of barrel and age it, the hops just die off. So you end up with a malty bourbon beer. And that's what it smells like to me, guys. So let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Dave. The bourbon notes are there. The maltiness is there. Caramel, toffee, black molasses. For 65 IBUs, it's still a little on the bitter side. But the hops have faded, guys. And I find that very characteristic when they do this to this style of beer. Unfortunately, if you were expecting something hoppy, you're not going to get it because it's been in barrels for however long they left it. 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. So the hops have faded off. They're not there. To me, it's a brown barley wine. Barrel-aged barley wine to me. That's what it looks like, and that's what it tastes like, guys. And when I look at red ales, whether they're supposed to be hoppy or not hoppy, you barrel age those style of beers, you get what we have here. You get something that you're going to get the bourbon notes, and you're going to get the maltiness, and you're going to get maybe some caramel, toffee, or black molasses. And as it warms up, you might even get some dark fruit in there, but you're not going to get any hop notes there, guys. So that's what I'm getting right now, but it's cold right out of the fridge. So let's sip on it for a little bit and see if anything changes or comes out, and I'll come back and see where it ends up. All right, guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Just sipping on about 30 minutes or so. Nice selection is left on the glass. To me, honestly, guys, you can't put something that's supposed to be hoppy in a bourbon barrel. I've never had anything that was a hop-forward beer that has been put in a bourbon barrel, whether it's an IPA or a red ale. Now, the other styles, like a barley wine or a stout or Imperial porter, do very well barrel aging. But IPAs and red ales do not. They turn into barley wines, in my opinion. Lightly colored barley wines. The hop profile disappears, and that's what's happened on this. This is not something that I would buy, guys. I'm sorry. When I buy a red ale, I want a little more hop profile than I'm getting from this beer that's been barrel aged. I do enjoy the bourbon notes, but that's what I'm getting, bourbon notes and nothing else. Founders does some really good tasty stuff, and a lot of them try to do something out of the box like this, and to me, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So let's do the final chug here. The bourbon notes are there, guys. I mean, if you're just looking for bourbon, this will work. If you're looking for something else, like a lot of the red ales have, some hoppiness, a little bit of maltiness, but to me, the maltiness and the bourbon is overpowering everything else now that it's been in those barrels. So, final chug. It is a decent beer. It is a tasty beer. But if you're expecting any kind of hop profile to go along with this, you're going to be sadly disappointed. I find this a very tasty beer. This would be something you could probably sell her, because I don't think it's going to get any worse because it's already been in bourbon barrels for however long they put it in there. Another 6 months or a year or 2 or 3 or 5. I just don't think it's going to get any better. It's just going to get more malty, and not what I'm looking for in a red ale. I'm sorry. So Dave, thanks again for buying it and sending it to me. I don't think it would be something that I would buy. If I'm looking for something that's been bourbon barrel aged, I'm looking for an Imperial Porter, an Imperial Stout, barley wine, something like that, where those characteristics are going to enhance the flavor of the bourbon, or mix well, or combine well with that. But an IPA or double IPA or a red ale doesn't work for me, guys. Doesn't work for me. So with that being said, B plus on this, 88. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 4.07 in the exceptional range. Nah, I'm not going there, guys. It doesn't work for me. And over to Untapped has it at 3.92. B plus, also, that's exactly where I'm putting it, guys. You got to realize what happens to different beers and different styles when you put them in a bourbon barrel. So, agree with Untapped. I absolutely agree with them. It's a B plus beer. So, we've got the Grays. They have it at 3.92. That's where I would put it, guys. That's exactly where I put it. B plus. Because you're not getting, I love the bourbon that I'm getting on this beer. I'm not getting anything else to match that style of a red ale. So, if you just like a malty bourbon beer, this may work for you. It doesn't work for me, though. So, with that being said, if you've had the Dankwood 2018 from Founders Brewing, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.